It's a waiver wire Tuesday, and we're going deep, looking at running backs 20 plus deep, 25 plus deep, right down the list. Guys for you to pick up in your shallow leagues, your deeper leagues, just funneling you the thoughts, the ideas, the advanced analytics that you need to make for your pickups. But before we dig in today, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're looking at the waiver wire every day. I'll have another waiver wire video like this for the wide receivers. Tomorrow we will cover all positions. We're doing deep dives on as many players as possible. Already got one out on Darren Waller. We'll have a few more out on some more players today and tomorrow. And then on top of that, we're going to help you set your lineups. It's all here. It's free. It's every day. You just got to click that button so you stop missing out. Ric Flair's watching you. He's keeping an eye on you. Do not disappoint Ric Flair. To be the man, you got to beat the man. And Woody Marks is the man coming off the waiver wire. We've talked about him every day this week in our waiver wire content. Woody Marks is the man up here. And it was evident throughout this season that every single game, he got a little bit more work. 11% snap rate to 27, from 3 attempts to 3 attempts and a target, then to 6 attempts and 2 targets. And then what happened on Sunday happened on Sunday. Looks like he's emerging to be the guy for the Texans. Nick Chubb might be a thorn in your side a little bit, but he's transitioning to be the guy. He has an 80-catch season on his college career, another 60-catch season. Then went to USC, balled out there, and he's going to be the guy. They're liking him a lot. I will have a unique video on him if you need more advanced analytics, but we've been talking him up. He should be rostered, though, especially if you've been following the channel. If your league mates have, he should be rostered already. Next up, it's Kenneth Gainwell. I think a lot of people are going to blow fab on him, chasing that 31-point spot. We got a bye week. And then the Browns. That's a rough slate these next 2 weeks. Both of them. And then Jaylen Warren might be back. So your best case is maybe letting your league mates blow the fab. And if you can catch him at a discount, more than likely he got picked up Sunday morning, right before the game started. So he really shouldn't be on the waiver wire, but he might be. He might be because a lot of us sleep in. And we're just waking up right when the coin flip happens. And now you're looking at Kenneth Gainwell, what to do. You got a bye week. You ain't getting points in week 5. In week 6, you might have Warren back with the Browns defense. And then you also got Arthur Smith pulling the strings. All throughout this time, though, he has been in the waiver wire content. We have been talking about picking him up on the cheap. Weeks 1, 2, 3, 7 attempts, 5 and 4, plus Arthur Smith on the inverse of that. So if you want to have him on your roster, think of him more long-term. Warren maybe in and out, maybe changes. Arthur Smith, lineup gambles. I'm cool with that. Rachaad White, I have him up here. Some people are going to talk about him today, and some people aren't. And when you watch this, the news might be already out, but Bucky Irvin's getting an MRI. We're going to pay attention to that. We're going to see what's happening with him. Rachaad White might be getting a unique video. I'm sounding an alarm now, so you may want to start putting in that bid. You may want to start looking at that. Rachaad White might be the next man. He should be rostered, though, because he was getting good ADP on Underdog. He should be rostered, but it might have got released back to the waiver wire. Look out for him or Sean Tucker. When Rachaad White came out last year, Sean Tucker hit hard. He is a running back that could hit. One of the top running backs in college football, fell out of the draft due to a heart condition. Since then, he's been trying to climb this depth chart, and they keep bringing in good running backs. He's a good running back. They like him a lot. They said that a lot during training camp, and it's evident with his work last year. And a little change in coaching staff. Offensive line starting to get right here. Sean Tucker is a play to pay attention to, especially if you can't get Rachaad White, especially if your league's a little deeper. Waiver wire's been hit up with your traditional waiver wire players. This could be a guy to stash here for the short term if Bucky gets the bad news. Blake Corum is an ultimate stash. Now we're in the stash status here of the waiver wire. Here you pick the stash play that you like. I like Blake Corum a lot. If Kyren Williams goes down, we definitely see him getting a lot of touches. When he's on the field, he's a firecracker. He's explosive. He's looking like he did the year before his final year at Michigan, where he's one of the top running backs in college football. I like him a lot. The workload's saying, hey, he's starting to anoint to something, and if something happens to Kyren Williams, he's going to be the guy in this offense. Kendre Miller has been in the waiver wire content before it was cool. All year long, we've been talking about him since week 1 because he got 5 carries and 5 carries and 7 carries. Now he gets the touchdown. Everybody now wants to talk about him. But he's always been a random dart throw. A lottery ticket running back. If Kamara goes down, you're going to catch the Woody Marks, the Trey Benson, the Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt experience on the fab, and he's one of those guys you may want to pick up here if it resonates with you. You got Kamara, you liked him at TCU, whatever. Kendre Miller, look at him. Tyler Allgeier. Tyler Allgeier is one of the veteran handcuffs that you can look at in the league. If you don't like the young guys, if you don't know the young guys, the rookies, you don't know how to bet on them, you don't know what to do. Previous 1,000-yard rusher, he gets some good games, even with Bijan there. He can be a standalone asset if you're hurting. If Bijan goes down, he's going to be a huge get. He will get Trey Benson level fab use if Bijan goes down, and rightfully so. He is a very underrated handcuff. So if you don't want to mess with the rookies, if you don't want to speculate on these young guys who could bottom out on you if they got more opportunity, they might look good on the small sample, but they could bottom out. He has shown with a big sample to produce. He produces differently. Don't expect Bijan. I hope you don't, because you're never going to get another Bijan. But Tyler Allgeier, one of the top handcuffs in the league. And if I got Bijan and I got a spot, I got Tyler Allgeier. Bhayshul Tuten should be rostered, but maybe not in your league. If Travis Etienne goes down, he's going to be getting the Travis Etienne work. He can also be a standalone running back for your team in dire situations, and in those dire situations, you just throw him in the lineup at flex, close your eyes, and hopefully he busts one loose for a big gain with that 4.3 speed and gets you that touchdown. Ollie Gordon, he's on the Dolphins. He's not going to get a lot of work. Tyreek Hill is out, so they may not be able to move the chains as effectively, especially in these tighter matchups. You do have Carolina on the road coming up. He's going to be a red zone monster here and there throughout the season. If Achane goes down, he will be a monster. If you got Achane, you may want Gordon. That is the tie here. On top of that, he's a good rookie. I like him a lot. He's one of those guys I'm stashing and cashing throughout the season. Might not be on waivers in your league. Ray Davis. If James Cook goes down, Ray Davis is the next man up. And Ray Davis has proven on very small samples last season that he can deliver high-end RB2 production and look good. Go back to that game against the Jets where he got the chance to be the guy. Looked solid. Also got work in the passing game in that moment. Ty Johnson will get work in the passing game. If Cook goes down, they're going to act like, hey, Ray Davis or Ty Johnson, I will do you need video on both if that ever happens like it did last year. Ty Johnson will get the passing down role. He'll be getting targets out of the backfield. He will need to spring one loose. He does have the speed for that. Ray Davis will get all the touches up the gut. He'll get most of the work. He will be your safer play. Ty Johnson, though, deeper leagues, contrarian play in those matchups. Kaleb Johnson might be on the waiver wire. He got drafted kind of high, middle of the road of the draft in your league, middle of the road of underdog drafts, but you're watching him not get much work, not be efficient. You saw him on that kick return that went bad. Why were they using him on special teams like that? I have no idea. His profile does not say he should be out there for that, but yet they try to use him. He's the third running back, so they got to use him in certain moments here. That's a little bit different. Still trying to figure out pass protection. Remember, in college, he only had 38 snaps on his career where he was in pass protection because he was the entire offense. Last year, the leading pass catcher for Iowa only had 46 targets, and he was out there running routes on most of that. So he was not out there much on pass protection. He was the entire offense for Iowa. So when you're the offense, you're not pass protecting. So he's learning that right now. That's why he's not on the field mainly, and he's not getting opportunities. We notated that during training camp. But the thing about Kaleb Johnson is Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith just does random shit. That's the thing about it. And Kenneth Gainwell's looking good. Jaylen Warren. But we also got a lot of season left to play. We got some injuries yet left to come up. And Kaleb Johnson is a very good prospect with the ball in his hands. His vision, his speed of the game, all that rookie stuff has to get itself worked out. But he's a very good prospect. He could have been drafted a lot higher. He would have been the first running back drafted in the 2024 class. He would have been drafted ahead of Jonathan Brooks, Trey Benson. He would have been ahead of those guys. He would have been ahead of Blake Corum, who was one of the top players on this list. Trey Benson, everyone blew fab on. Everybody would blow fab on Caleb Johnson if he got anointed. So he's a good stash. He went to stash status. He's always really been on stash status because Jaylen Warren was the starter. And then we pointed out Arthur Smith and his crazy tactics. Isaiah Davis. We saw Braylon Allen go down. Isaiah Davis, now the RB2. We've talked about him a little bit in the waiver wire videos because if Breece Hall goes down, there's a little bit of a committee between him and Braylon Allen. Anyways, Isaiah Davis will get some work in deeper leagues. If you need that work, here it is. It'll probably be like 5-ish rushing attempts, a couple targets here and there, maybe crossing the goal line here and there. If Breece Hall goes down, Davis gets anointed. He's a good running back. He's a good running back from the FCS level at South Dakota State. Has a good profile from there. He could cash in certain moments and could be in a position here where he could anoint it to be the starter. Braylon Allen banged up. What if Breece gets banged up and this team likes to run the football? Brashard Smith, we're getting more work. It's happening. 26% snap share, 4 rushing attempts, 4 targets. He's getting a You Need video this week, whether you like it or not. It will be the 3rd one of the year. But I promise you guys that I'm going to be doing videos on him often, letting you know his routes ran, his targets, his snaps, so you know when to pull the trigger or when you want to, so you can get Brashard Smith before he starts to go off. Things are starting to head that way. It's not all in yet, but things are starting to trend up. Jaydon Blue. They're talking about getting him on the field. They're talking about it. He's got 4.3 speed. He's a lottery ticket player. He's in that Brashard Smith range of handcuffed lottery ticket running backs. Upside play. This team scores points. They can move the football and they get in weird-ass game scripts. Does not matter the team they're playing, how good the defense, the narrative. They make the game scripts weird and fun. And if Jaydon Blue's out there, this could be a guy cashing for you. Emari Demercado. We talked about him last week as the inverse to Trey Benson. We also said in Trey Benson's You Need video that he's going to be a thorn in Trey Benson's side. He was a thorn in his side, and he will continue to get opportunity. He will be used in the passing game. He'll be getting touches. He'll be very volatile, but if you use him here and there, he might be a good lottery ticket in the lineups every so often. He was last week to the fairway. But again, when you're looking at Emari Demercado, there's some uses for him in certain formats. Monangai is one of my top lottery tickets. I would take him over some of the guys I just talked about. The Bears keep getting in fire game scripts. He's good between the tackles. He's getting workload. He's getting work over Rashawn Johnson, which is a very good sign for a late round running back. I like him a lot. He deserves another You Need video. Emanuel Wilson's starting to get work. He's starting to get opportunity. And the thing about this, he scored and did well in some contests last year, even with him sharing it with Josh Jacobs. If Jacobs goes down, he's going to be the next man up. He's got good vision. He's got good contact balance. He's just a solid running back, and that's enough in this offense to give you some results. Hassan Haskins, they got nobody left after Hampton. He's been running a few routes every game. He's been getting a few snaps here and there. He's played with Harbaugh at Michigan. Harbaugh knows him. Big running back. I imagine if Hampton goes down, they're pretty much stuck because they're down at offensive tackle on both ends, and they got to figure things out. Haskins could be a play for you, and you may even want to use him as a handcuff to Emari Hampton because you know they're going to run him to death if something happens to Hampton, and he's next man up. As of right now, Taj Brooks is one of my top lottery ticket handcuff running backs. Especially when Burrow comes back. I think Chase Brown has been very inefficient. He hasn't been looking good on the field. He hasn't been scoring in fantasy. He's been getting in all right moments here and there to hit you on the fairway, but not to what you expect. They're eventually going to have to make some changes or allow him to get some opportunities, plus injury upside to him getting on the field. He got on the field in week 3. We didn't see him out there against Denver, but Taj Brooks is another lottery ticket play. Chris Rodriguez is getting work. He's getting opportunities. If you need a running back that's just getting a handful of carries, okay. He just doesn't have the upside to win your league. He can cross the goal line here and there. That's where he can help you win some weeks, but he doesn't have the upside to take over the league. Like Jeremy McNichols, he's getting some work. He's getting some work in the passing game. I don't see the upside there. We can cross the goal line. we can pray for that whenever we put him in the lineups. We can definitely do that. But again, the workload's not there. They're sharing it between 3 running backs. He is a Rochambeau player, and also it's just not enough upside for me to go all in on. Antonio Gibson's getting work, similar like the Washington running backs. Like, he's getting work. He's getting some opportunities. It's not enough to win your league for multiple weeks. He might cash here and there, but Hendo's there. Steve-O's there. Now we're watching Gibby just get a little bit of the scraps. He's fast. He's very explosive. He might explode in some weeks. If there's some injuries, he might be a major pickup. That could potentially happen. But I'm not doing it unless I'm in a deeper league, traditional 12-team formats. No. Justice Hill, in the right game script, he's going to be using the passing game. He gets a couple blow-up games every season. Every season. If something happens to Derrick Henry, everybody's going to run to Justice Hill. If you got Derrick Henry and you're wondering if he's going to end up going down, if you're worried about that, Justice Hill would be the play for you. That's something to pay attention to. He always has 1, 2, 3 games like this every single year. When they got to throw the ball, when they're behind, they use Justice Hill. So if you're looking at game scripts like that, maybe you do roll out Justice Hill as a whim. Brian Robinson, pretty much Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey goes down. You're looking at Brian Robinson. There's going to be fighting the fab. I'm not going to have them listed, but the other running backs like Isaac Rondo, you may want to look at them as well. They will be cheaper plays off the fab that week on the waiver wire if something happens to Christian McCaffrey. A.J. Dillon, I don't love him as a prospect. He is getting some work behind Saquon Barkley. If that happens, he would be the fab fighter that week, but you're also looking at all the other running backs on that roster. Probably would be some sort of a committee between Shipley and Tank. Zavier Scott's getting touches and opportunities. Traditional 12-team leagues, just let him sit there. Don't look at him. Deeper leagues, you're hoping he gets enough carries. You got the Browns on the road. You got a bye week. Then you got Philly. I don't see you starting him unless you're in a league bigger than 14 teams. Those are the running backs that we're looking at for week 5. Things are getting a little bit crazy. We're getting some injuries here and there. Some more news might roll out. You need to hit that subscribe button right now. As news hits, I will be with you with the unique videos so you know what to do with those players. Click that button. Stop missing out. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next video.